case you're having a shitty day, or even if you're having a good day, enjoy this video of some beavers hugging and floating through the water. And if you're just listening, enjoy the peaceful music. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Marshal Kramer Show. My name is Marshal Kramer, and this is my show. We're going to tagline it as the place where I do my shit. And, what is my shit? It's everything. It's me. It's new, and it's fun, and it's pondering life's questions, pondering life's path and journey a little bit. Little philosophy-driven and psychology-driven, but also we like to just have fun and make things a little bit of a silly goose time. I like to use comedy a little bit to give a relief to the serious topics sometimes in conversations. Because again, I also think seriousness is, I think it's chosen. I think, I think I used to always say, is life serious, is life silly? I think that choice is up to you. I really do. Everything. Is it serious? Is it silly? I think it's really up to your discretion. Here, back again today, the snow has come in Minnesota, and the cold has come with it. We've finally reached the single degrees. If you cannot relate to that, maybe you're up in Canada or Alaska or parts of Sweden and Denmark, Russia, and you can relate. But, my God, is it fucking freezing, and it's brutally cold, man. But maybe that's where I'm going to start off today a little bit, talking about that, because I can feel myself already. If you can maybe hear it in my throat or my nasal passage, I'm already getting a little sick and a little stuffed up. It's December 8th as of filming this, and I have not picked up vitamin D yet. I think vitamin D, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to prescribe nothing to anybody, but I usually supplement pretty heavily with vitamin D during these Minnesota winters, and I forgot that so far. Maybe I'm just so freaking frugal right now.
But a humbug. There is no such thing as rich enough.
I just don't want to even buy it, but it's super cheap, and it does help me out. I know it does help me out. And maybe, if not mood elevation, it definitely does help me out to help me out with my immune system, getting that vitamin D a little bit, helping me fight these freaking colds. But, I think I had an episode. I know I had an episode long ago. It might have been 2 years ago. But I had talking about winter ruts. And I think regardless, even if you live in sunny San Diego where, I spent a winter, the days are shorter, right? The sun goes down by 4:30, definitely down and completely black by 5. And I don't think it's rocket science to understand the importance of the sun to your vibrancy and your well-being. So, one mission I always have, just talk about anecdotally here, one mission I always have during winter is, even during the weekends, is to try and be up as early as I possibly can, in terms of the sun. I want to make sure, because, during the summer, I guess you can probably always be up during the sun. During the summer, maybe the sun comes up around 5:30 in the morning, and then it starts to wind down around 9 p.m. So basically, that's around 16 hours. I guess you could be up for the whole sun. But especially during the winter, where I'm at, sun doesn't really peak out till about a little bit after 7. And then, like I said, it's pitch black by 5. That's 10 hours. You should definitely be able to be up for those whole hours and then get as much possible sun as you can. And then if it's one of these days like it is now, you don't see no sun. So I get that. But, I think it's very important to be up and active during the sun, just to kind of get yourself in a good rhythm, because these winter ruts can be very real for a lot of people. And they are very real for a lot of people. But, again, try and find the positive spin on it. I was talking to one of my buddies the other day as we had a little bit of snowfall, and we talked about how I used to be a big snowmobiling man. And we talked about how he's a snowboard man. He's like, yeah, my Snapchat memory popped up just a few days ago and showed that I was in Colorado at this time 3 years ago, snowboarding. He's like, now it's even where that was, maybe it's just outside of Denver. I think he said still doesn't have enough snow for snowboarding. I could be wrong, but we were talking about how I used to be a big snowmobiler too, and how over the past decade we've sold all of our snow machines, basically sleds and everything, really, because Minnesota doesn't really get. It's very hard now to find, unless you're talking about piles along the side of the road or in your driveway, but it's very hard to find more than a foot of accumulated snow over, December, January, February, March, because it just comes a little bit, and then it melts, and it comes a little bit again, and then it melts. Like, I haven't had a massive blizzard or any of that stuff in a very, very long time. Contributed to whatever it is, but, that's what it is. But it was something I always look forward to during the winter, That was something healthy with my mental health. It was nice to go out and rip around on the snowmobiles, especially when I was younger and I didn't have a car, and I was able to get places with my snowmobile. It was really cool. But not able to do that now. And that's all right. We got to find new things. I played hockey for a few years on the local ice rink because I couldn't snowmobile. Like I said, I haven't been on a snowmobile for the past decade. You'd have to, from where I'm at in central Minnesota, you got to go up north. You got to get at least above Walker, Minnesota. And then you could go to Colorado, I guess, Montana. I've seen a lot of people take their snowmobiles out to Montana. And then the upper peninsula of Michigan, people have taken their snowmobiles that way too. So, interesting. But, yeah, what do you usually do that gets yourself in a rut, that gets you in that winter rut? I know a lot of people who hardly freaking leave the house. The only time they got somebody else doing the snow removal, and they're not into sledding, snowboarding, anything. I know people that don't even leave the house unless they're hopping in their car. And how many people do you know? I mean, not that many people, I guess, our age, but older adults, right? They're all parked in the garage, and now I got a garage too at our townhome too, so they don't even really step outside ever. Maybe even to get the mail. I don't know. Maybe they get someone else to get the mail. So that would be a winter rut for me. It's like once you stick yourself inside for 3 months, that gets to be really dangerous. What is it that you do, I guess, as I'm asking you to think about? Because, again, not going to be definitive or tell you what to do. Maybe you are really good at getting outside, or maybe you maybe you don't like going outside and you like to stay inside for 3 months, but you got all these little different things. You got like light therapy, or you read for 2 hours right by the window and get some sun. Sun, that's the same way. It still gets it in there. Maybe you walk on the treadmill downstairs and you get all your activity. I don't know. But what is it that you usually do? Because it's time to snap out of it now, because, winter solstice comes on I believe the 21st of December this year. So winter solstice comes on Tuesday, December 21st of this year. So for the northern hemisphere, obviously. So the shorter days are coming. If this is like I said, this is the 8th. It'll probably be released on the 9th here. So, try and snap out of it now. And it's so funny how, as we got the holidays and whatnot. I was reading something on Reddit. I don't even remember where it was. Maybe it was in Chicago. Maybe it was a Chicago post. It might have even been the Duluth, Minnesota post. I don't remember. But it was a pie chart, and it had different sections for all the months. And it said how time flies in each month of the year. And like June, July, and August have like tiny little portions. Like they just fly by like that. And then November gets a little bit longer. December gets a little bit longer. And then January and February had like 50% of the entire pie, because it literally feels like time slows during those months, especially for people with snow, I imagine. I know it does for me, but even if I imagine you're in New York or Cincinnati, Ohio, or other parts of New Jersey even, I guess, I probably think that it moves very, 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 very slow. But like I'm saying right now, I do always appreciate at least a little bit of snow. If you're from a snow climate, you're going to relate to this, but like, there's something about needing snow to make it feel like a holiday, man. I mean, that's how I truly feel. I guess I won't talk for you, but that's how I truly feel. I need a little bit of snow to make, that Christmas feeling go deep down inside me. I remember my first year of college when I spent it at San Diego. I think I came home the night of the 23rd, and I didn't know Christmas was happening until I landed. I go, oh yeah, Christmas is happening, because for me, and then there's 33 million people who grew up in California, 33 million-ish people who grew up in California, and or have been there for a while. And so you're probably used to palm trees and lights and palm trees and 70-degree weather for your Christmas, but I don't. It feels nothing like Christmas for me.
Dude, I know.
Nothing like Christmas for me. Oh, actually, that's a lie. We did go up to Big Bear Lake, maybe around November. So there was a little bit of snow up there, and it was a little bit chilly. So I think that gave me a little bit of, nostalgia and deja vu about and foreshadowing of what's to come when I return home. But I did remember it then. That was nice. I like I need the cold weather. But after that, I don't know about y'all, but after the first week of January, the snow and the cold can fuck off. I don't need it. Like right now, I think most of the people here can relate to this, but maybe there's some of you from Florida, San Diego, Texas, I don't know, from Ecuador that cannot relate to this, but if you have never walked through the cold and got into your car or got back into your house or opened the door of the grocery store or the gym or you walked into the building where your class is going to be held and you didn't you didn't just grunt and get frustrated, you have not experienced fucking cold weather, man. Oh my God.
My literal fingers are about to freeze off. I got frostbite, but it's fine because we got the logo in the shot. Great.
I always say that, and then we had a really decent weather stretching to the end of November there, kind of warm. But when it gets to those teens, it's like, stop. What are you doing? We don't need this for freezing the water so people can go out and ice fish. We don't need this for form to accumulate, or snow. We don't need this for snow to form and accumulate, right? 25 is just fine. I don't know why we need fucking 12. And right now today we got 9. Feels like 1 degree outside. I don't know why this needs to exist. This sucks. And if you get a little bit of snow, that's why you got to cover up. I always have underneath my winter coat, I have a hoodie, because you got to put that hoodie up and kind of tie it in. Because if you get fucking snow in the back of your neck, I'm going to calm down. If you get snow in the back of your neck, whatever creator or higher power you believe in, that is when you want to step on hers, theirs. You want to just crack their neck for ever making that a possibility in your existence. God, it's fucking cold. Speaking of that, I also want to talk about this too. Y'all gonna know better than me. I don't like to watch the news, right? So maybe I'm just naive to this, but and I don't really care to do too much research for the show anymore, because that's just not how it's gonna be for me. But where are people working? Like, or was I did I misunderstand that? Like, I always thought a large majority of people worked in fast food and retail. Like, I thought a lot of people did. And I think I've talked about a million times, my main job until I can build this media business up, Marshal Kramer Media, until I get that to a level where that can, I can sustain myself financially with that business. I DoorDash. Mainly. Now I'm going to do Shipt a little bit more too. Use my car a little bit less, use my feet a little bit more. But anyway, I have a boss. I don't know why people are like, he got no boss. You got a fucking boss. It's a goddamn phone telling you exactly what to do, where to be, and when you got to complete it by. Yes, there's a lot more leeway than your average boss, but you still have a fucking boss. You're working for a business. I'm an independent contractor. No, you're a douche. Okay. Anyway, but where are these people working? 99% of the places that I deliver from either has closed the inside or has closed the drive-through, has moved just to one form of getting their meal. You got to come in, or you got to do takeout, or you got to do the drive-through. Move to one of them because they have to put their team member to focus on one thing. And for most places, it's like close the doors, lock the doors, put the chairs up, clean the inside, and we're just going to stick to the drive-through, no matter who they are, whether they're curbside pickup, the delivery, or they're just sitting here ordering drive-through only. And that's so many places. And then other places, first off, out of the 99, 100% of places are hiring. I'll go 9999, right? I'll go there for this. But every place I see is hiring, and as long as this doesn't have a massive effects, I think it shouldn't. I don't know economics though. I'm a moron, but they're all above like $13.75. Like $13.75 for like a delivery driver at Domino's. was like the lowest I had. And you know you're going to get tips. $13.75 to start the delivery, that's pretty freaking solid. I see McDonald's. All the McDonald's near me are now above 15, and most of them have like a $500 sign-on bonus. That better just be for like staying for a month. If that's a 90-day sign-on bonus, that's pretty low. But, you know, I see, where was I at? Five Guys in Maple Grove. Five Guys Maple Grove is at $16.50. And with that being said, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Shake Shack drive-thru is open. It is now open. Go to Maple Grove right off Elm Creek Boulevard and get your Shake Shack burger today. This is not a sponsor or an affiliate by Shake Shack, but hey, it's been a part of this show for a little bit, so Shake Shack it up, baby. And then I also saw the Subway I was delivering at too is $16.50. Yeah, there were some other ones too, man. It was crazy. I saw a few places like restaurants like saying they're for like line cooks they were doing $15 or $16, and they said you know waitresses now are with tips and whatnot are like making over like $26 an hour average, which is solid, you know, for a waiting job. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I think it's solid. It's better money than I'm making. That's real good. But where are these workers? Like, I don't know if you know, a lot of schools are still doing like the regimented, like, you know, these grades come Monday, Wednesday, Friday. These other grades come here. The seniors and juniors just do Tuesday, Thursday. But there are neighborhoods filled. I deliver for most lunch rushes, which I'm going to do after filming this, right? The neighborhood is filled with kids, older kids. I go to the gym. There's always, it'll be at noon. It'll be 2 p.m. And there's literally 6 high school kids in the gym. I go, what is going on here? And then, I will now, every place that I go through with fast food, I mean, can't say every place, but I'm just going to generalize here. It's taken a time and a half to 2 times as long to get my DoorDash order for my customer than it did, you know, years before. And I just don't get it. Where are these guys going? I understand there's a labor shortage within the retail, but where are these guys going? Like, are they working? Is unemployment that good? I know those $1,200 checks stop. You know, I'm not getting political. I'm just straight up asking, like, how do you live? The people is a lot of people just move back home? Have they gotten like 5 or 6 roommates? Like, I don't know. I've had that time. I 3 years ago, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 guys. So utilities, rent. Granted, we're in central Minnesota here, but utilities, rent, Wi-Fi, everything for living in that building, you know, besides food and whatnot, just to live there, was $190 a month. Granted, I was sharing a small bedroom with another human being, and we have a tiny little living room. Yeah, it was a cozy little unit, and you needed to like the people. Otherwise, you were going to have some issues. But it was $190. So I guess if you do something like that, hey, to each their own. But over this last year, I've really gotten into Reddit. Reddit has become my favorite social media. I've never even had it before a year ago. But I just find their algorithm for myself to be so much better. I see so much less negative stuff versus when I scroll through TikTok, I see just oogles amounts of negative stuff. And when I scroll through Instagram, this is just for me subjectively, but when I go through Instagram, I get all this motivational shit. Maybe that's what I used to be into, and so it's still remembering me, and I just hate that shit. I find it absolutely cringy. So, yeah. I find that absolutely cringy, and that's the field I once wanted to be a part of for years. But anyway, so Reddit's been fine, and I found this thread. I don't follow it, but it pops up often because I do read it and interact with it. But it's called anti-work. The Reddit thread's called anti-work, and it's a big thread, and you'll see people talking. You'll see people telling their bosses off very inappropriately, too, very unprofessionally, all this different stuff. And, like, going back to the retail and fast food, besides the manager, you generally think of it as younger folk, right? Or maybe sometimes every now and again you have an older adult, a much older adult, 55, 60, 65, who's just, trying to make a little bit of money, give them something to do, X, Y, Z. But this anti-work thing, you'll see a lot of people who are 30, 35, 40, and they're not quitting retail jobs. They're not quitting fast food jobs. They're quitting, regular corporate jobs, whether it's an assistant, secretary, I don't know, developer, all these different things. So it's like, what is going on? Is it the pay discrepancy? I don't know. Again, I could sound so stupid right now to somebody who maybe watches the news all day and goes, "You're an idiot. This has been talked about forever." But I'm just asking. I'm just thinking, what the hell? Because speaking of the winter coming in, the winter ruts, and first off, I don't know about y'all, but I love to, I don't know why we do it. It's so stupid, the gift giving shit. But I like to give gifts because I'm going to get gifts. So I got to make some money for these goddamn gifts, you know? I don't know how people are doing it. Maybe they just don't care. I don't freaking know. I'm wondering. And speaking of winter ruts, I don't know about y'all, but like with my personality, I need to do very productive stuff pretty often. So if I didn't have my 30 hours a week of DoorDash, you know, I mean, I would fill it, I guess. I guess I would hope so. I would like to think that I would fill the time constructively, but you just never know. And so I do appreciate the 30 hours-ish, 25, 30 hours a week I'd go and do DoorDash, and I do appreciate the paycheck that comes the following week. But, you know, if that's you, let me know, like, what is going on? You just don't think the money is worth it? Is that what it is? You know, because $15, I don't know. I might just sound like the biggest goddamn moron, but, like, $15 to flip a burger? Like, shit, dude. 4 years ago, when I was a senior in high school, and I know times have changed, I'm just talking here, but when I was a senior in high school, I was moving furniture, you know, for 2 years. I was, you know, loading couches on a daily basis, full-size, heavy couches, and I was getting paid $8.26. So the fact that you can work at McDonald's and get a $500 sign-on bonus, and even if it's for 90 days, $500 sign-on bonus, that's 2 of my 25-hour check. That's my bi-weekly check for 25, 30 hours. No. My bi-weekly check for 25 hours was like $240. It was terrible. Less. Yeah, my bi-weekly check would probably be like around 60 hours, maybe 50 hours, and it would be a horrible price. But whatever. I don't know. I'm just asking goddamn questions here. This doesn't have to be a one-way street. Me just talking, preaching. I'm asking. I don't know. Somebody leave it in the comments or Marshal Kramer on Instagram and just link it up. Let me see what's going on because I don't get it, and that's how I would get myself in a winter rut if I just stopped something like that. And then, I don't know about y'all, but financial stress is like the worst stress to me. I will crumble when I'm in financial stress. So that's just a little bit. That's what I have the question. Where have the workers gone? What are they doing? And how are they surviving? I'm very intrigued. Me and my mom and dad have talked a lot about this, and this question we all have. So maybe it's not in the news. I know they watch a good amount of news. You know, where are the workers going, and what are they doing, and how are they getting by? Before I move on to the next part, quickly, let's get to ads. I'm going to keep this ad under 60 seconds. Get Upside, Marshal 8455. Get Upside is the gas-saving app. If you want to save gas up to 15 cents a gallon, 20 cents a gallon, 25 cents a gallon, Marshal 8455, get that. Grocery store, anywhere from 10, 12, 14, 15% back on your groceries. Unbeatable by any other platform. Absolutely better than Target Red Card, hands down. Also, restaurants. They got fast food restaurants, sit-down restaurants, pizza places. Incredible discounts. Get Upside, the app, promo code Marshal8455. Save some money for yourself by supporting my work. Also, more of my work, Marshal Kramer Media, Marshal Kramer Media, marshalkramermedia.com. You can also find me at Marshal Kramer on my Instagram, and I'm willing to do anything for you, man. I'm willing to take photos, videos of anything that you want right now. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to not be into a winter rut of no work, and, you know, I'm willing to do anything. You can DM me on Instagram or just go to marshalkramermedia.com. You can book straight from the website there what you would need. All right, with that being said, let's go to my new favorite segment called In the Minnesota News with Marshal Kramer. In the Minnesota News this week, like I just said, Shake Shack is now open. The first ever Shake Shack drive-thru is now official and operating in Maple Grove, right off Elm Creek Boulevard. This episode is by no means affiliated or sponsored by Shake Shack, but go rock with them. I wanna rock with you all night. And check out the first ever worldwide, prestige worldwide, first ever Shake Shack drive-thru. Also, if you're a fan of sports or you're from Minnesota, you know being a Vikings fan is still yet a nightmare. This past Sunday here, which would have been the 5th of December, the Vikings had a sorry letdown loss at the final play of the game to the Detroit Lions. The 0-10-1, now 1-10-1 Detroit Lions. The Vikings were down the whole game. This was the first game that they didn't lead by 7 points of the entire year. And yes, they had a nice touchdown with Justin Jefferson to put them back up and finally take the lead for the first time in the game. And then they just gave them too much cushion. It was pretty obvious. Me and my dad were sitting in there. I visited my parents right after work, and I got to watch the end of the game, and we were just the cushion. The Vikings secondary was giving them so much cushion, and you could see it in the last play to why they got this touchdown, which I'm playing now here for the video if you are watching this. But if you're listening to it, you know, that's what happened. It was just too much cushion, ball sniped in, and it's just it's a rough one. I did go to the Vikings Detroit's first game this year when it was at Minnesota, and that was left to another nail-biter of a field goal kick from the Vikings, and thank God we made it, and we had the win, but they left us, they had us on our toes once again. So, not really news, just trying to, you know, talk to the fans out there and nudge you a little bit and say, hey, heads up, cheer up, we got other teams and we got other chances, and it's still tough to be a Minnesota Vikings fan as they, you know, at least they give you something, right? At least they're not like the Texans last week to my Indianapolis Colts. We whooped them 31-0, shut them out. At least the Vikings are giving you entertainment every time. Yes, it may leave this bubbly, unsettling feeling in your stomach, but and increase your cortisol and your anxiety levels through the roof. But at least they're giving you some sort of fun entertainment. At least they're not making it boring, I'll tell you that. And this Thursday here, the 10th? Maybe it's the 9th. This Thursday, the 9th here, they got a Thursday night game in Minnesota against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a good win, too. The 1-point win over the divisional rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, a 19-20 score. So, rooting for the Vikings like we always do. It might be time for a new coaching staff change. You know, we got some areas to look at. We're also rough on defense right now. We got a lot of people out, but hey, Minnesota fans, Minnesota Vikings fans, we love you. I love you. I'm there with you. You know, even though I'm a Colts guy, I'm still Minnesota proud. And we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out eventually, and we're gonna get this on the roll. But good luck to the Vikings against the Steelers, which I'm guessing will be either the day I release this on Thursday. Maybe I'll release this afterwards, and hopefully the Vikings won. Woo! Or they lost, and damn, you know, shit. Speaking of Minnesota winters and the snow falling, in the Minnesota news with Marshal Kramer, it is an actual fact that the Minnesota drivers still suck. Pile-ups all over I-94 and all over the cities every time we have a snowfall. Do these 7 months of warm weather just make you forget, you know, slow down on those fucking corners? Hey, slow down. You don't need we don't have hills here, and we don't get massive, I'm talking about central Minnesota, I guess. We don't have hills here, at least not San Francisco type ones, and we don't get massive amounts of snow. So you don't really need a four-wheel drive to get by here, and if you think you do, you don't. I have a Hyundai Elantra with a nice set of tires, and I DoorDash, you know, 1,000 miles a week through the cities and whatnot, through Maple Grove and the cities. So I'm going to trust my expertise here of central Minnesota and fuck yours. But, yeah, you don't need that. So just slow down. And, hey, guess what? Even if you don't have a nice set of tires, my last 2 winters were on damn near ball tires. I'll show you the video. This past week here, before the snow came, I actually popped my tire driving down on the highway because I believe the tire was literally on its last leg, and I had maybe just a peak of a sharp rock, and it, my wheel just popped, you know, snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. And that's what it was. It was crisp on the road. But yeah, slow down. And trust me, even with shitty tires, slow down. If you're on a 55-mile-an-hour road and it's crazy like that, 25 is fine. You'll be fine. Screw the people behind you.
Fuck them kids! Elijah!
What the hell is wrong with you?
You told me! Issa, what the fuck? You want something too?
I walk around like that bitch.
You know, my dad always says the famous quote about driving, arrive alive. It don't matter, people are honking at you, making fun of you, just flying by you, flicking you off because you're moving too slow. Who cares? And, you know, I've been on the other side and have people drive slow, and I understand the agony that you get. Like, come on, move. But it's like, not everyone is blessed with that type of vehicle. And you can't be like, stay off the road, because they have the right to the road just as much as you do. Arrive alive, drive slow, and you'll be gosh darn fine. I don't understand why we need to continue just zooting on by and talking about this. First off, the idea of snow on the ground doesn't remind you enough of all, you know, the possibilities in which can happen if you drive ridiculously. But are all these goddamn crosses on the road, you know, and this intersection here, and at this corner here, and right underneath this underpass here, there's all these fucking crosses all over Minnesota. That's not a reminder enough. And I'm telling you, like, I don't know about it, man. It's like, I have mixed feelings about it, because, again, I drive about 1,000 miles a week. I literally, you know, last year I put on 42,000 miles in the year of 2020. I can't imagine what I'm going to put on 2021 when I went out to the Black Hills and I went to Chicago and I went up north. I can't imagine, and I DoorDash almost, you know, more than 25 hours the whole time. So that's not true. I was in school most of this year. But anyway, regardless, I drive around a lot, and there's these, you know, rest in peace John signs, or, you know, rest in peace Karen, all these fucking things all over the streets, everywhere, at any corner intersection. You know, it's because somebody died there from a car accident. It's like, hey, I guess, I don't know if it's your right. I don't know if you have the right to put a sign like that on public property anyway, but I get it. No one touches it because, you know, it's paying respect to the dead. I get it. But it's like, it's that constant reminder. Maybe it's a good reminder. Maybe that's helped me drive better and better and better. And maybe it can help other people drive better. But it's a constant reminder in the streets of Minnesota.
I've ran the streets since I was young.
Streets killed me. Streets killed me. Killed me.
Here, like, literally, almost every other mile, I can find a cross sign stuck in the ditch somewhere of someone who got in a major car accident and ended up dying. So that is so freaking scary. I don't know if you guys saw these too. Maybe I'll try and, I won't have it by the time I edit this, but maybe I'll try and take some pictures this next few weeks when I'm driving around, and just to show you, I'll show you in a future episode. Just like, I'm not exaggerating. They pop up everywhere. The town of Elk River, which I deliver in sometimes too, I can literally give you 3 cross signs just on that 101 interstate, you know, just on 101 alone, by stop signs, and one by an overpass, and then one's in a ditch. So scary. Slow down, drive safe, and then I bet you everybody is going to be just fine, and you're going to get to where you need to be, and you're going to, like Papa Mike says, arrive alive. That is the fashionable statement here. Arrive alive! Nang, nang. But yeah, I don't think I have anything more to really say. This was a good podcast. I had fun doing this. Winter ruts. You know, find out right now. Stop it right now. And if you need vitamin D, you know, I hear a lot of people benefit from vitamin D. I'm not a scientist, and maybe what I studied for my bachelor's, but I'm not an expert, and I'm not even an expert in myself. But I know for a fact supplementing with a good dose of it does help me during the winter. But what is the habits you quickly fall into during the winter ruts? And try and snap out of it right now, just for your own sake, you know. And remember this sake too, man. If you really want to be a good person to everyone else around you, your significant other, your best friends, your roommates, your family, your siblings, everything, right? Take care of yourself first, you know? You got to put your own oxygen mask on first. So if you're falling into a winter rut, you know, maybe use that thought to motivate you and inspire you to do something productive to better yourself, if not just for the own ego and in your own self, so you don't feel shitty or you don't fall into a winter rut. Remember that falling into a winter rut, or any rut of that matter, affects everybody else around you. So sometimes we just need a little external motivation, especially with the people closest to us, to give us that little nudge and boost to step ourselves into something. But hey, if you don't want to do that, and you want to fall into a winter rut, you like drinking, lifting some heavy weights, having a fire in the winter, you're crazy, but whatever. Maybe you like to fall in winter ruts. Hey, buddy. You do you, baby boo. It's your life. not gonna ever try and motivate you to not motivate you. I'm not gonna try and ever tell you to do something that you don't want to do. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. But if you do need help, my DMs are always open, Marshal Kramer. And also, where'd the workers go? Marshal Kramer on Instagram, hit me up or comment on YouTube here. Where'd these workers go? Are you one of those workers? Why aren't you working? How are you getting by? I'm literally interested. Not pointing judgment at all. And then, yeah, that's really it for me. Marshal Kramer Show. Until next time, guys, take care, my friends. And, scoot boot, toodaloo.
We were selfish. Every single time we were helpless. Every single time we cry wolf today. Couldn't